I was born in Texas. My dad was in the Air Force. So I was born at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. And then he was transferred to Eglin Air Force Base in North Florida. And so I grew up in Florida, the majority of my life actually in Southern Florida. Went to Vanderbilt University in Nashville. And then I moved to DC, where I was a television producer for a few years, and then I ended up here in Dallas. So I moved back to Dallas, getting back to my Texas roots, I guess. Found my husband, married my husband, and we have 2 small kids. And even though I had lots of people who were in the military in my family, you know, my dad, my grandfather, my cousin, my great-grandfather, it still felt sort of distant to me until I was working at the Center for Brain Health here in Dallas, and we were recruiting for 2 Department of Defense studies to study traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder in veterans. And so I met several young veterans who, while I was at Vanderbilt and living in DC, a free life, they were overseas fighting for my freedom. And so I was just moved by them and their service, and really just have dedicated my career to giving back to those who serve because of them. The boot campaign was started, we're in our 11th year. It was started by 5 Texas women in 2009 who wanted to do something to give back. And so I joined the organization in 2017, May of 2017. So I've been here about 3.5 years. As I mentioned, started by 5 Texas women, and really our goal is to unite Americans to honor and restore the lives of veterans and military families by providing individualized life-improving programs. So when Vicki was mentioning that everything, you know, the Pickens Center does is individualized to the person, that's exactly what we do at Boot Campaign. So our main effort addresses hidden wounds of war, so brain injury, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, addiction, and insomnia. And we provide veterans with a way to restore their lives and get back to health if they're struggling with any of those issues. The goal is not to focus on the trauma. You know, veterans as a whole are a very resilient population, and they are incredible contributors to our community. And so we focus on the positive of what they can continue to bring to us. I mean, they have so much to offer everybody throughout the country, and we don't want to label them with a particular diagnosis or focus on what it is that they're struggling with, but instead show them how they can overcome it. From veterans that we have served, we've served over 600 probably since I've been here. Anytime you're working for a nonprofit, you want to serve as many people as possible, and you want to serve them well. And so, you know, we want to continue to do and provide meaningful programs that make a difference in the lives of military families. I think too, personally, because of what we address, especially when it comes to health and wellness, there's such a stigma associated with mental health and mental health in the veteran population. And so how can we shatter that stigma and make sure that veterans know that when they come home, it's okay to seek help for any mental health issue that they're having, and that we have to start treating our brain just like we would any other part of our body to get the help that they need. I want to be remembered as somebody who cares deeply about people and loves freely and gives generously, both like in my personal and my professional life, but not just with money or effort, but time. And I want folks to remember that I made them feel good about themselves and empowered to do whatever it is that they want to do in their own life.